Hey, what's going on, fragrance family? This is Tyler with Simply Fragrances, and today I'm talking to you about discontinued fragrances. But I'm not talking to you about like a new list of discontinued fragrances. I'm showing you some of my prized treasures, my favorite discontinued fragrances in my collection. So if you want to see what fragrances that I've got that are discontinued, be sure and keep it right here. Alright guys, welcome back. Like I said, my name is Tyler. This is my channel, Simply Fragrances, where we talk everything fragrance related. We're doing top 10 videos, we're doing seasonal videos, we're doing fragrance reviews, interviews, everything that encompasses fragrances you can find right here. So if that sounds like something that you want to be a part of, be sure and hit that red subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the love and support you have shown this channel. So, like I said guys, I've been tossing this idea around for probably about a month and a half, somewhere in there. And I saw Darian from the Bowtie Fragrance Guy, he dropped a video like this. Ross did a similar video, and a couple other people did as well. And so I was like, maybe it's just my time to start doing it. And I wanted to get to this, like I said a little bit ago, but just been busy with work and other videos, and kind of running behind on a couple of videos, but wanted to go ahead and get this one out. So talking about my favorite discontinued fragrances in my collection. Now, I do have, several different ones. I'm probably going to do, just my top 5, or, probably 5 fragrances that I love the most out of my collection that just happen to be discontinued. So these are kind of like the treasures in my collection. So let's go ahead and get into the first fragrance. So the first fragrance that I want to talk to you guys about, this is a limited time run. It was a limited edition, so we all knew that it was going to get discontinued at some point, but man, we did not understand the impact that this would have on the fragrance community. It is absolutely an amazing fragrance. Guys, this is, in my opinion, a perfect 10 out of a 10 fragrance. Let's go ahead and show you what I'm talking about, guys. Obviously, as you can see, I am talking about the Siren from Zaharoff in collaboration with Curly Sense. This stuff right here, guys, this is an immaculate, just boozy cognac, almond, dark chocolate, ginger. This stuff is absolutely phenomenal, like absolutely gorgeous, guys. This is a travesty that it was a limited time run, but at the same time, it's so special. I definitely get it. But man, if this stuff ever comes back on the market, guys, jump on this the instant you see it. I'm not saying that it ever will, but if it ever does, guys, this stuff is something to really get a hold of. This is a special fragrance in my opinion. All of the Zed Creator fragrances, they were amazing, and I have all of them, but this one stands out for me, and this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. Like, this is how good this stuff is, guys. If you guys like warm, boozy, not tobacco, but it kind of does have this underlying tobacco kind of feel to it, but I don't think tobacco is listed in here. But you get dark chocolate, you get this boozy cognac, you get almond, ginger. It is a phenomenal fragrance, guys, and I can't say that enough. You guys need to get somehow your nose on this. Like, give your buddy like $30 to smell this if he has it. Like, it's that good. This is something that you need to try. But so glad I got this in my collection, guys. Zaharoff and Curly Sense, the Siren. All right, guys, so the next fragrance that I want to talk to you about, keeping in the style of kind of, cooler weather fragrances. I mean, this is not exactly as dark and rich as the Siren, but it is still an amazing fall, winter, and even into the early spring fragrance. You could possibly even get away with it on, a summer date night. I mean, with it being discontinued and the prices they're asking for it, you might, be sparing on it. But what fragrance am I talking about, guys? Obviously, as you can see, literally one of the best presentations in any fragrance game. This is Van Cleef and Arpels Midnight in Paris. I mean, just look at that bottle presentation. You can't see it here too well. You saw the video a second ago, but what a phenomenal fragrance bottle. Like, this is absolutely gorgeous. It fits in the hand so well. The constellation little diagram. It is absolutely gorgeous, guys. So what does this fragrance smell like if you haven't smelled this? It's kind of this, you know, almost fresh tobacco. It kind of sounds weird saying fresh, but there is a lightness to it. There's a crisp kind of element to it, but you do get that kind of warm tobacco, almost like a tobacco leaf, not exactly like a pipe tobacco. More think of like, you know, a tobacco leaf, but absolutely phenomenal stuff, guys. It is so crazy that this used to be 20 to maybe 30 bucks tops at the discount stores. You could find this anywhere, Ross's, TJ Maxx, Burlington, places like that, you know, back, you know, 2012, 13, somewhere around that price. And what's really sad, I mean, granted, I do have a bottle, but I saw that fragrance I don't know how many times, and I just never bothered to pick it up. I didn't know what it was. You know, I saw it and I was like, this looks kind of like a feminine fragrance. Maybe I'll pass on it. If I only knew. If I only knew. But so glad I got a bottle of this now, guys. Van Cleef and Arpels Midnight in Paris. So the next fragrance I want to talk to you guys about, this is a newer acquisition into my collection, but I've spent some time with it over the spring and the summer, thanks to my buddy Chris over at the Fragtastic Mr. Fox. You know, honestly, he's been on me a lot about just retrying stuff, you know, giving it another shot. And I'm so glad that I did. And I've been on the hunt for this one for a while, and I finally found it. You know, this, as of right now, I think it's completely sold out on any and all of the discounted sites that I normally use. Those are actually linked in the description below. If you guys didn't know, you know, I have links to all the discounted sites, but I can't find it on there. But I did find this in, you know, the wild at Sephora, and I bought the last bottle they had in Springfield, Missouri. No other, you know, Macy's, Dillard, Sephora, any place like that even carries this anymore. So did get the last bottle in Springfield. Super excited about that. So obviously, guys, as you can tell, this is Acqua di Gio. This is Profondo Lights. Guys, this stuff is absolutely gorgeous. I didn't get the hype around it when it first came out, and I'm kicking myself in the pants for not just, I mean, not that I'm missing out, because obviously I have a bottle now, but just being able to experience it back then. But anyways, guys, this stuff is so fresh, so light, but there is a bit of a green facet to this in the opening. You know, that only lasts, I'd say, probably 10 to 15 minutes, and then you get more of that Profondo kind of DNA coming in, more of a blue style fragrance, if you will. But super fresh, super versatile, very good for the spring and the summertime, guys. If you haven't got your nose on this, try and get you a sample, try and figure out where you can get this. If your buddy's got it, see if you can, you know, buy it off him, something. This is actually really, really amazing. And honestly, the whole Acqua di Gio line, something that I'm starting to just really open up to, because I've been so focused on niche for the past, you know, 2.5, 3 years that neglected a lot of designers. Glad that I gave this one a shot. Acqua di Gio Profondo Lights. All right, guys, so the next fragrance that I'm going to talk to you about, keeping in that same kind of fresh style, you know, vibe, you know, that same type of kind of fresh energy. This one definitely, it breaks my heart that this is actually discontinued. I don't think you can find it on discounted sites as of the shooting of this video. You know, you could get, I want to say about a week and a half ago, somewhere in there, you could get the same size bottle that you're going to see here in a second for around 65 bucks or so. So prices are really starting to go up on this, but definitely still think it's worth picking up if you can find it, guys. What am I talking about? This is Givenchy Gentlemen. This is the cologne, and this is absolutely phenomenal, guys. Love this stuff. So fresh, so versatile. Pardon the hiccup there. This stuff is, man, I love it. I'm so upset that they have discontinued this. Givenchy Gentlemen, the Gentleman line. It's another designer fragrance that I've been introduced to, you know, this year. And man, I'm so mad that I didn't jump on this whenever I had the chance. Luckily, I do have a bottle, but I want a bigger bottle. I do want a backup bottle, because even though there's not a lot used in here, I do spray this a lot, and I want to be able to wear it more freely without having to give, you know, too much worry about it. So I'm looking for a backup bottle. If I can find one for a good price, definitely going to do that. But I spray this a lot before I go to bed. This is a very calming, relaxing fragrance. You get that fresh citrus in the opening, but there's a rosemary note that's tucked in here, and it gives it this kind of green herbally kind of vibe. Absolutely phenomenal. love this fragrance. Doesn't last super long, you know, that's kind of a drawback to it. It's not really meant to, just more of a fresh spring and summertime. Works really, really well in the high heat and the humidity. Love this stuff. It's got quite a bit of a dent into it over the summer months just because it's so easy to wear, guys. Givenchy Gentlemen cologne. Guys, got to get it if you can. All right, guys, so we're down to the last fragrance. Thank you so much for watching this far. I really do appreciate that. Now, the last fragrance I want to talk about is going to be really hard to find unless you go through like Facebook groups or like a private seller or something like that. You're not going to find it on any discounted sites. It's pretty much impossible. And if it ever does pop up, I'm sure it would go super quick. But I have not found this on any kind of discounted site in years. And it's probably never going to be on there again. So best bet is to look eBay, private seller, or like fragrance groups and stuff on Facebook. But this is probably my favorite discontinued fragrance in my collection. I love it, and you'll see why here in a second, because I'm talking about none other than YSL's Rive Gauche. Gosh, however you want to pronounce it. But guys, this is the most incredible barbershop fragrance that you will probably ever get the pleasure of putting your nose to. This is phenomenal. This is a quintessential barbershop fragrance. So glad that I have this. This is, I believe, a bottle from 2016 or 17 with that square body style. The older ones do have more of like a round, tall cylinder kind of shape to it. Almost think of, you know, kind of like in a similar style, I guess, if you would like some of the Perry Ellis bottles, that long tube kind of looking bottle. That's what the older bottles look like. But this is a square bottle. I believe this is from 2016 or 17. But this is an amazing, gorgeous barbershop fragrance. Such a creamy lavender that's tucked away in here. You do get a bit of a vetiver vibe in here, just for a bit of an earthy kind of green aspect. And then I want to say, yeah, there is patchouli in here. The notes are listed. You do get a bit of a patchouli note in here as well, but it is really about that creamy, just amazing lavender, guys. It is so amazing. If you guys like barbershop fragrances and you haven't got your nose on this, if you know anyone that has this bottle or Rive Gauche, just like I said with Siren, pay them to smell it. It is definitely worth it. It is amazing, guys. So glad that I got this. This was actually a gift. I worked at a fragrance shop a couple years back, and this bottle was just sitting tucked away there. I didn't even know what it was at the time, but I opened it up and I smelled it and I was like, wow, this is really good barbershop fragrance. Researched it and I was like, oh, I gotta have this. Next day I went in, it was around Christmas time, and my buddy was like, hey, you can pick out a fragrance and I'll pay for it. And I kid you not, guys, he had Creed, he had Amouage, he had what else did he had a couple other niche fragrances. I mean, any designer that I wanted, I picked this and he paid for it, guys. This is such an amazing gift and I will treasure this. You know, I do have pretty much, you know, only use maybe a third of the bottle, and maybe even a little bit less, but I will always treasure this and I will use this sparingly. I wear this more for like special occasions, stuff like that. In the springtime, it is a perfect spring fragrance. Even into the fall, I might give it a couple sprays just because it's so gorgeous, guys. YSL's Rive Gauche, now you're going to be paying anywhere from $200 to maybe $250, somewhere in there, if you can even find it. It's very hard to find, but glad that I have this in my collection. This is one of my prized possessions in my collection, guys. YSL's Rive Gauche. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate that. Be sure and comment down below, guys. What are some of your discontinued fragrances in your collection that are, you know, your treasures? What are the ones that really stick out to you and you're just so happy that you have them in your collection? You know, be really curious to see what you guys got. And any other reviewers watching this video who want to do something similar, I would love to see what kind of, you know, discontinued gems you guys have in your collection. So comment down below, guys. Also comment, what do you think of mine? What do you think? I got some goodies tucked away in here. Like I said, you know, I didn't show them all, but I did show, you know, my favorites. And you know, I do have a couple others that are, you know, pretty high up there, but that'll be another video for another day. So comment down below, guys. I'm going to catch you in the comment section. I'm also going to catch you on the next video. And remember, if you love it, wear it.